aka Mama Friendly, and I do all sorts of videos on my channel, from cooking videos to planner videos, vlogs, hauls, homeschool videos with a Disney twist, a little bit of everything. So if any of these things sound like fun to you, I hope that you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. This video is a collab that's being hosted by Tiffany at Small Town 6, and she's been having these monthly food challenges for the better part of the year. This month we're doing a very seasonably appropriate ingredient, pumpkin. So this is the pumpkin challenge. And what that means is that we're making recipes with pumpkin in them. So I decided that I was gonna share my recipe for gluten-free and dairy-free pumpkin bread. If you're not new to my channel, you might know that I exclusively eat gluten-free and dairy-free. And the fall treats that we all typically look forward to, well, they tend not to be. So I like to take matters into my own hands whenever possible so that I do not miss out on my favorite basic fall flavors. Now remember, this is a collab, which means that there is a playlist. So if you look in the description box of this video, you're going to find not only the link to Tiffany's channel, but also the link to said playlist. So that once you're done watching my recipe, you can go to that playlist and see what all of my friends made for their pumpkin challenge. Without any further ado, let me show you how I made gluten-free and dairy-free pumpkin bread. Alright friends, as usual, we begin with our ingredients. You're going to need 1 cup of canned pumpkin. That's the pure pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie filling. A teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cups of sugar, white sugar, and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. I'm using coconut sugar in its place. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 3 large eggs, 1/3 cup of oil, 1.5 cups of gluten-free all-purpose flour. The 1-to-1 baking flour by Bob's Red Mill is my favorite. If your flour does not have xanthan gum in it, you're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of that, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees, and I'm going to spray my loaf pan with a lot of cooking spray to make sure nothing sticks. And now in a large bowl, I'm going to add my cup of pumpkin, my teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix to combine. Next, we're going to add in our 3/4 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and mix until everything is fully combined and smooth. Our next stage is going to be adding our 3 large eggs and our 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. We're going to mix all of this in until the batter is smooth. Our last addition is going to be of our dry ingredients. So that's going to be our 1.5 cups of gluten-free flour, 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum if your flour does not already have it, mine does, your teaspoon of cinnamon, and your tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. Mix everything together, you guessed it, until it's fully combined and smooth. At this point, the batter is going to be really thick. The time has come to spoon our batter into our greased loaf pan. Smooth out the top when you're all done. This is going to bake for 50 to 60 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or until a toothpick comes out clean. I waited about 10 minutes for the bread to finish cooling and doing whatever residual cooking it was going to finish doing before turning it out onto this plate and slicing it up. You can store the leftovers in an airtight container, and you could even freeze it once it's completely cooled. Frozen, it lasts up to 3 months, so you can have a little taste of autumn all year round. Alright friends, there's my recipe for gluten-free and dairy-free pumpkin bread. This was so yummy. It was so tasty. The pumpkin and spicy flavors really came through. It was soft and cakey but had a really nice rise. It was great the next morning for breakfast. And it even passed the standard American diet eaters test. That's my unofficial rubric for whether or not a gluten-free or paleo recipe is as embraced by my regular food eating family as it is by me. And everybody that tried it absolutely loved it. So I would love for you to try this recipe, viewer, and let me know what you think of it. Make sure you come on back and let me know in a comment if you decide to try it yourself. And now that you've seen what I made this month, remember to check out that playlist and see what all of my friends made as well. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you'll please give it a big thumbs up. I'd also love it if you would subscribe and click that notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks so much again for watching. Bye!